You have two children that need to go to school.
Yep.
And I want you to give me the practical of how somebody who is watching,
Yeah.
who is earning 500,000,
Yeah.
and his rent is 500,000.
Yeah.
He has two children to go to school
Yeah.
and has a wife.
Yeah.
How do I use that money? The
Okay.
family of a husband, wife, and two children
Yep.
that must go to school.
Yep.
Let's say they're at primary level.
Yep.
If I'm paid that money and I've accepted to have that salary and no any other, give me how I can manage with that money in a practical way that this is my money.
Okay, there's something that you've mentioned, and I want to start from there.
Yeah.
You just mentioned and say somebody's earning 500,000, but they are paying rent of 500,000.
Yes.
Now, one, that's a problem in itself.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I've just mentioned about is living within your means.
Yeah.
If you're earning 500,000, I expect you to be looking out for a house that you're paying either 200,000, over 100, or even 100,000.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you're earning 500,000, you need to find your means. You can't be sleeping with the people who are in the same area with people earning 1 million or 2 million.
Yes.
So the first is living within your means.
Yeah.
But I would say is get that 500,000 and get down to the table.
Yes.
And say, what are some of my needs? Let's say I need, you've mentioned school fees, and you need to break it down and say, how often do I have to pay school fees? I pay school fees
Every
after
3 months.
After every 3 months.
Yeah.
And let's say maybe school fees is, let's say, 200,000
Per child.
per child, and I have 2 children, and that is 400,000 after every 3 months. So cascaded down that in maybe 3 months, that's about 110 or 120 per month. So you need to see on a monthly basis, how do I pick 120 and put it on an account such that after every 3 months I can be able to.
Pick it for school fees.
Yes. So already that money is already off. But then you also need to understand you have rent. And this is where I'm saying that if you're told your rent is, if you're told you're earning 500,000,
Yeah.
find a place that is affordable.
Yeah.
And let's say you get a place that is over 100,000.
Yeah.
And that means that if you already removed school fees of 110 or 20,
yes.
and then you have another 100,000 that
For
you've
rent.
removed for rent,
That's 220.
now you have about 280,000.
Yes.
Now, from this 280,000, you need to cascade down and understand how much else am I going to spend on. I'm going to spend on food. I also have to spend on medical care.
Medical.
Or I also need to put aside some amount of money. Maybe you have a circle where you contribute 50,000 on a monthly basis, where you can be able to. So you have to plan and guide where your money should go. And when you look at, when you total down and see that your expenses are now more than your income,
Yeah.
one of the things you need to strive to do is, one, cut down on your expenditures.
Yes.
So where you're saying that now you're buying food directly from the market, can you actually get somebody from the village to bring you that food at a cheaper cost? Alternatively, what you could also look at and say, if maybe I'm spending this amount of money, let's say on utilities, can I be able to find another way, maybe buy a tank where I can store some of the water, such that I can be able to survive? So you continuously think through to see how can I limit how much I'm spending, because I'm earning 500,000.